For the proof, the gypsy unalived Dee Dee. Whether she had an accomplice or not doesn't change the fact that Nicholas Godejohn did not unalive Dee Dee. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, guys. I want to discuss how it is further proven the gypsy unalived Dee Dee, not Nicholas Godejohn. And let's talk about Nicholas for a moment. I have seen his internet search history. I have watched some of the FOIA videos of Nick talking to Gypsy. And of course, you guys know that I've seen the DMs. We've gone over some of those with the private Facebook messages to Gypsy. My thoughts on Nick have shifted significantly, but it doesn't change the fact that right is right and wrong is wrong. And his side deserved to be heard and taken into consideration, because that is his right to a fair trial, which he did not receive a fair trial or accurate counseling. The public defender's office assigned him a media attorney and a real estate attorney. Neither one were criminal defense attorneys or even remotely practiced criminal law. They had no idea what the hell they were even doing. And that would explain why none of them filed discovery on the evidence or pushed for the SD card from Gypsy's camera to have a search warrant put on it. If you watch the 4-day trials on YouTube, you can tell his attorneys have no idea what they're doing. And if you're well versed in criminal law, watch the pretrial hearing, where the attorneys, prosecutor, APA, and judge determine what's going to be presented at trial and what not is going to be presented at trial. They literally fought for nothing. Anyways, so now that I have that out of the way, he deserved a fair trial, that's all. I still prefer him walking the streets over Gypsy any day, but honestly, both can be locked in a black room, far away for all eternity, for all I care. He was a very innocent boy in the beginning, but she completely groomed him to be anything but innocent. Now he's compromised, and if he can be that easily manipulated to do what he was doing, and I'm not just talking about attempting to unalive someone, but to look up child rape and all the things they were doing, nope, no sympathy here, none. You should never have thoughts of harming people, and especially innocent children. That line for me is where I draw it. And this has nothing to do with him having autism or not. This is just straight fact. She compromised his mind entirely and rewired it to be attracted to children. To me, there was no coming back from that, therapy or not. And, he's refused therapy. Anyways, let's talk about June 9th. So in previous videos, I've shown receipts where Greene County said Dee Dee passed on the 9th of June, not 10th. The 10th is when Nick arrived. And the Blanchards and Scantfield have all tried to deflect by saying, oh well, it was the early hours of the 10th. No one's been to bed yet, so it's still considered the night. Or some lunatic shit like that. No, this is staged to deflect the truth. Greene County originally reported the 9th. Gypsy has said the 9th countless times, not realizing she was doing it because she immediately backtracks when someone points out she just admitted to it. But before we get into who else has admitted to it, let me show you guys something. A supplemental report that caught my attention. On the evening of June 14th, remember that date, Greene County deputies responded to a report of 2 missing females, Claudinia and her disabled daughter, Gypsy. They were missing from their residence. I later obtained notes from dispatch. It appeared one of the deputies requested a ping of the victim's phone at 16:11 hours. The notes did not document which deputy requested the ping or how the phone number information was obtained. At 16:22 hours, the phone carrier AT&T advised the phone was possibly turned off. They were unable to ping it. At that time, AT&T set up an automatic ping for every 15 minutes. At 18:02 hours, AT&T advised the phone had not been turned on in the past 24 hours. At approximately 20:22 hours, Lieutenant Curtis Hunt provided me with a phone number believed to be Claudinia Blanchard's cell phone number. I contacted dispatch and requested that they have the number pinged. At 20:37 hours, the phone carrier, T-Mobile, advised this phone was turned off. At 21:27 hours, T-Mobile advised the phone had not been active for the past 7 days. 7 days. Now, We last saw Dee Dee June 8th at Cox Hospital, per the surveillance cameras. And yes, it is proven that that was June 8th because we saw the documents for the hospital visit sitting on the kitchen table in the crime scene photos, and they were documented for June 8th. But guess who else admitted to this? Christy Blanchard. You guys are just so cooked right now. See, right here? Third paragraph, and we will talk about this full interview later in another video. But I just wanted to point this out. Christy told me that Dee Dee died the same day as her mom, June 9th. So the officer looked at the death of Dee Dee's mom, which I put out recently in my death certificate for you all to see. But look right there, June 9th. Can't get any more real than that one right there. It's time someone steps up and launches a federal investigation, guys. Double jeopardy might protect Gypsy from getting in trouble at state level, but it doesn't protect her from dual sovereignty, which means federal can investigate anytime they please. There is no statute of limitations on murder. The reason people keep saying it'll never happen is because logically, yeah, it probably won't. Because they don't want to touch this. But yet, take the Ellen Greenberg case, for instance. Just for example, I know I've used this before, but this is a prime example. She was murdered around the time Dee Dee was, like a year or two before, I believe. Well, they ruled it a suicide when she had like 20 stab wounds to her back. That's not suicide. And the ME is a lunatic. I can't believe he said, "Oh, this is suicide." She stabbed herself in the back and neck 20 times. What? That's not possible. Whatever. Anyways, law enforcement was bought, and so was the ME by her fiance and his uncle. It was just recently announced that federal is going to be launching their own investigation to that case. They clearly know it wasn't suicide, too. Between her fiance and Gypsy and her family, I don't understand why on earth they think anyone believes their BS. Anyways, if it's possible after enough begging to the media to pick it up, eventually something could happen. I'm not still holding my breath for it, but I have a little bit of hope left. Especially after Ellen's case is being looked at again. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Have a good evening, guys.